Is day number 44 of the self-quarantine today here in Los Angeles. Taking a little bit of the fresh air and the night sky. It was very hot again for the third day in a row during this heat wave here in Los Angeles and the rest of Southern California. If it looks like that I look tired, it's because I am. Something that happened earlier today. My wife, who is a nurse, works in the hospital. She has an early morning shift. Her shifts usually start around 4 in the morning all the way up till 1:30 in the afternoon. So she would have to leave around here around 3 o'clock in the morning. And what happened was her car didn't start. The battery was drained, so I had to take her to work and then come back. So by the time I made it home, it was already around 4 in the morning. I was already not feeling that sleepy, so I was just doing some exercises and then I kind of laid down. But then I immediately got back up after the heat started emanating all over the house. Then I went to pick her up from the hospital and then came back. And apparently her car needs a new battery, but none of the stores are open today for auto repair shops, so we have to do that another day as soon as possible. But the nice thing is, my wife is going to be off for a couple of weeks. She deserves it, especially during this time of the coronavirus pandemic hitting Los Angeles, so I'm happy to have her home. And then later today, I made a barbecue outside just to enjoy it with family around, so it was not too bad. I may be a little tired, but I'm still enjoying still being with family and just thanking God that everything is good. We still have our health, and I get to sleep in today. So regarding the coronavirus here in Los Angeles, the number of cases and deaths are still rising, but not to the degree of other cities. We haven't seen any spikes as of late, but it's still too early to call. It's still steady. And it's because of the stay-at-home order, wearing our face masks, and the enforcement of social distancing as well. I think all those are key factors of how this virus has been halted so far. And also that California was one of the first states to implement the self-quarantine. And also talking about Los Angeles, a study that was made by the Times Magazine and also the health department has showed early data that Latinos and blacks who are 18 to 65 are more likely to die from the coronavirus than their white and Asian counterpart. What's interesting is it kind of makes sense in my perspective of where I live here in the neighborhood. It's predominantly Latino and black because most of them and most of us, we have to do the jobs that a lot of people are afraid to do. The jobs that could expose yourself, could potentially infect you from the coronavirus. But it's because Latinos and blacks, we don't have the luxury of staying at home. We don't have the luxury of waiting for the unemployment check to come, if ever they're going to come. And we need the money immediately, especially to help our families, to pay for rent, to pay for food, and all those other things. So that's just the reality so far. But it's still too early to say. It's still in the early stages of the data from the start of the pandemic, and it could quickly change, but so far that's what the study says. And lastly, everyone, I'm going to keep it very short. I'm very exhausted. I think I only had like 3 hours of sleep, but I'm always there to help, especially my wife, who is a nurse, and she's helping all those people in the hospital. But you got to do what you got to do and step up. But other than that, I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. And if you're in Los Angeles watching this, hopefully you're staying cool during these hot kind of early spring days, but it kind of feels more like summer than anything else. And for those of you around the world, you can kind of get a little idea of what's going on here in Los Angeles in my community. So everyone, stay strong and make sure you stay safe.